Yo, what's up guys, I'm Yannick from the Produce School, and in this video I'm going to show you how to make your own drop vocals. You can use these vocals in almost every EDM genre like tech house, bass house, future house and many more. And today I will show you some nice tips and tricks that can make your vocal sound really dark and big. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and without further ado, let's get straight into this. If you want more vocals like the one I'm working on in the video, then make sure to check out our latest pack called Redemption, which is a tech house, bass house, G house sample pack with presets, project files, vocals and so much more. And the winner of the giveaway from the pack from the latest video is Nick_LA. Congratulations, and please send us a DM on Instagram so we can give you the pack. The first thing you do is to record a vocal. You don't really need to have a really expensive microphone, but you can also work it out with a microphone for around $50 or something. Then record it in FL Studio like I did over here in Edison, as you can show you, and the vocal sounds like this.
Drop the bass.
So this is just the basic recording I did with this microphone over here. Make sure you remove all the noise of the vocal so you don't have that in your mix. And another thing that's really important when recording the vocals, it's that you're working in a acoustic treated room. And what you can do when you don't have an acoustic treated room is to put a blanket on top of you and then record a vocal, and it also works really good. So right now the vocal sounds like this.
Drop the bass.
And the first thing we are going to do to make it sound darker is to pitch it down. And you can do that easily with this pitch button over here, or you can use the pitch button over here, but then make sure you set the mode to stretch. And let's try out 2 semitones down like this.
Drop the bass.
That's already sounding better and darker, but I think maybe 1 semitone down is better.
Drop the bass. Drop the bass.
But it really depends on your vocal and how low your vocal sounds. But when you're recording it, try to manipulate your own vocal to make it sound dark. I think I'm going to leave it at 3 semitones down like this.
Drop the bass.
And this already sounds much darker and already pretty good. But we're gonna make this much better with some mixing. The first thing we are going to do is to put a compressor on this. I'm using the Glue for this one, which is a third-party compressor. But you can also do this with the Fruity limiter, which you can set to a compressor. But for this video I'm using the Glue because I really like how it works. The first thing I'm going to do is to lower the attack to 0.3 milliseconds, so we have a really fast attack for this vocal. Then set the ratio to 2, and let's try out and lower the threshold.
Drop the bass. Drop the bass. Drop the bass.
This is way over compressed, so let's lower it down.
Drop the bass. Drop the bass. Drop the bass. Drop the bass.
For drop vocals, you usually want a lot of compression on it, so don't be scared to lower down the threshold really low, but try to hear when it's too over compressed. The next thing we are going to add is the magic for this vocal, and that's an OTT. This is a free plugin actually, it's by Xfer, same makers from Serum. And it's a multiband compressor, and the only thing I'm going to do probably is lower down the depth. Let's try out 21%.
Drop the bass.
Maybe a little bit higher.
Drop the bass.
So as you can hear, this makes a huge difference. This is without the OTT.
Drop the bass.
And then this is with the OTT.
Drop the bass.
Which really compresses the hell out of the sound, but it also makes it sound way bigger and huge. Maybe boost the high a bit.
Drop the bass.
That's a little bit too much, like this.
Drop the bass.
Just try and tweak around with the depth and the high and the lows. And if we want some more compression on the lows, then we can put up this button.
Drop the bass.
But you don't want too much low end in your vocal, so that's why I'm going to put an EQ on this. Just a basic EQ from FL Studio. And let's select band 1 and lower it down like this.
Drop the bass. Drop the bass. Drop the bass. Drop the bass.
And with these drop vocals, you just have to find the right spot on where you want to cut out the low end. I'd say around 60 Hz is alright.
Drop the bass. Drop the bass.
But it really depends on your track and how loud you want the vocal to be and present in your track. The mid frequencies are a little bit lacking in this vocal, so maybe boost it just a little bit.
Drop the bass. Drop the bass.
Like this. And the vocal sounds really good to me. I think this can work really well when you put it before a drop of tech house or bass house. Just a really dry vocal like this could work, but you can also add some reverb to it. Let's add a reverb too.
Drop the bass.
Let's lower down the decay.
Drop the bass. Drop the bass. Drop the bass.
This can also work if you want to give it some more room. I usually prefer to keep it like really dry before the drop hits, so the drop hits really hard. And we can also put like a delay on it with a really short time.
Drop the bass.
And this is a trick you can use for when you're making tech house. You hear a lot of vocals with a really short slap delay, and you can do that by just dragging down the time really low.
Drop the bass.
And you can just play around with the time. It doesn't have to be at a certain point, but just try, tweak, and hear what sounds good or not.
Drop the bass.
And that's basically it. It's definitely not hard to mix these drop vocals. The only things you need to know is that you have to record it pretty well. Try to remove all the noise, which is really important. And then pitch it down, then add a lot of compression to it and a little bit of EQing. And that's already it. I really want to know if you guys gonna use these tricks. And if you have made your own vocal, please send it to me so I can hear and give you some tips, because I'm really curious if you guys find this helpful. Before this video ends, I want to announce that we have free serum presets for bass house, a total of 20 bass house presets, and they are really dope. So if you want to grab the free download, then make sure to go to the link over here, and I will also leave a link in the description. For now, I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.